Buenos días, queridos alumnos de Cela Spanish School Online. Bienvenidos a una nueva clase. In today's class, we will explain the conjugation of regular verbs in the pretérito indefinido, also sometimes called pasado simple because it consists of only one word. This video is also available in Spanish. I recommend you to watch the video in Spanish as well. This video is part of the material of our teacher-assisted distance learning Spanish courses. As you know, in Spanish we have three groups of verbs. Verbs ending in ar, verbs ending in er, and verbs ending in ir. In this table, we have regular verbs from each group. We will conjugate the verb viajar, travel, in the past tense, pretérito indefinido. Yo viajé, tú viajaste, él, ella, usted viajó, nosotros viajamos, vosotros viajasteis, ellos, ellas, ustedes viajaron. Please notice that in this tense, it is the third person singular that ends in O. Él viajó. If you remember, in the present tense, the verbs of the first person singular end in O. Yo viajo. You should pay close attention to this from the beginning, so as not confuse the first person with the third person in the past. Yo viajé, él viajó. In this tense, there are also verbs with a tilde, because they end in a vowel, in N or in S, and don't have the intensity in the penultimate syllable as it should be. They are exceptions to the pronunciation, and that is why they are marked with a tilde. In our video on pronunciation, we explain this in detail. The pronunciation is viajé, viajaste, viajó, viajamos, viajasteis, viajaron. In the verbs of the R group, nosotros has the same form as in the present tense. Viajamos can be in present or in the past. That also happens in the verbs of the ir group. Now, let's conjugate a regular verb ending in er, like as comer or like comer. Comí, comiste, comió, comimos, comisteis, comieron. The endings are I, iste, yo, imos, isteis, hieron. Remember that we obtain the root of a verb by removing the ending, in this case, To the root, we add the corresponding ending to each person. Let's conjugate vivir. Viví, viviste, vivió, vivimos, vivisteis, vivieron. The endings are y, iste, yo, imos, isteis, hieron. The endings for the verbs in and ir are equal in this tense. As we have already said, the first person singular ends in and I. The third person singular ends in o, the opposite of the present. Practice this a lot to avoid mistakes. You will also notice that in this tense, the conjugation of to does not have final ese. The use of ese final for to in this tense is a common error in some native speakers, but it is incorrect. The endings are for verbs in ar, aste, o, amos, asteis, aron. And for verbs in and ir, I, iste, yo, imos, isteis, hieron. In Spanish, when we narrate in the past, we use two past tenses. We use the pretérito indefinido when we will talk about actions in the past. What we did, what happened to us, what others did. If I talk about what I did yesterday, I use it. Me levanté temprano. Fui al gimnasio. Desayuné con mi madre. Hice la compra. Di mis clases, etc. Here we have more examples. Viajé a África con unos amigos. Compré un coche. Estudié francés en París. Adopté una mascota. Preparé el almuerzo. If there is a pronoun, it goes before the verb. Me levanté. Lo compré. Se lo di. In Spain, the pretérito indefinido is used for actions in the past that occurred in time periods that the speaker considers past, such as ayer, la semana pasada, en 1975, and the pretérito perfecto for actions in the past that occurred in time periods considered by the speaker to be related to the present, such as hoy, esta semana, este mes, este año. We explained that in detail in the video about the pretérito perfecto. In Spanish America, we do not make this difference. We use the pretérito indefinido for actions in the past without differentiating hoy from ayer or esta semana from la semana pasada. There are many irregular verbs in this tense. We will explain them in the next video. Let's practice a little. In the following sentences, we must place the verb in the pretérito indefinido. La semana pasada viajé a Barcelona en un viaje de negocios. Javier estudió inglés en Malta. Viví en Bogotá por unos meses. ¿Usted escribió esta nota? Cerré la tienda un poco más temprano. Verbs that are irregular in the present tense because they have a vowel change in the stem are again regular in the pretérito indefinido, like cerrar. Encontramos un nuevo departamento. Me mudé a México hace 5 años. Muy bien, queridos alumnos. This has been our class today. Now we are ready to practice with the exercises of the course material. If you are not yet a student of our school, we invite you to visit our website where you will find information about our courses. Chao, hasta la próxima clase.